Hello everyone, it's been quite a while since I've made my last tutorial about autoevolution, and I suddenly felt like doing another few videos, especially because I really want to go into animation and that kind of stuff. But things first, I left off with textures and materials, and I first want to conclude a little bit about textures. And I want to talk about the texture library. But first I want to quickly mention emissive textures. I think I mentioned this in my other tutorials, but I don't think I've made it quite clear how useful they are. Like if you put this in your procedural 2D texture, you can basically create a very convenient light source for ambient light. Like you have a color of your light and you can scale it to the intensity you want. And if you apply this to your environment with a dark ambient color here, like you can choose emissive texture and choose emissive, then you have a very nice ambient light, very easy to set up. Okay, but that's not the point of this tutorial. I want to go into the texture library. I actually didn't use it that much because it hasn't been around for that long, I think. At least, you know, I never really looked into it, and I start to realize how cool this actually is. Like you can, if you made a very cool texture, you can save it into the library to use for other projects. But also there are these preset textures in there, and you can really use this also as a learning tool to get better at making procedural textures yourself. So what you do is you can pick a texture. Like, I saw one here that I thought was really cool. Here are these sky textures. Stars. Yeah, the clouds wispy. I'm going to use this as an example. You can load this from the library, and it's now in your scene, and you can apply this to your environment, for instance. But you can also open it, and so you can see how other people made it. And it looks quite complex, but you know, you can kind of play around with different parameters and that kind of stuff to really get a feel for how this whole thing works. So here you have a very nice library of preset materials. And by the way, these are available in the autoevolution 3.0. I believe they're also there in 2.9, which I previously used for my other videos. I recently just upgraded to 3.0. So yeah, this is a really quick tutorial about kind of wrapping up for the texture part of my tutorial series. I may do a little bit more tutorials about textures in the future if it pops up. Also, I want to go into materials, but I think I'm going to go into that after some basic tutorials about animation. So see you guys next time.